Hope everybody is doing fine, and I hope the picture and the sound are good enough for this IMA. Actually, starting from next week, my IMA will be a bit more technological and with a more professional look. Sorry for the current setting, which is not, as some people remarked, completely professional. But as you know, PlanetWatch from the start has been focusing more on contents than looks. But now we are getting big, so fair enough. We need to improve the looks as well. So this will improve as of next week if everything goes as planned. Okay. Now, what's the news today? There are a number of nice things I'd like to tell you. First of all, something I really care about. So, as anticipated, we decided to do something very concrete to fight climate change by creating a forest of 1,000 trees, for a starter, thanks to a partnership with a company called Treedom. Treedom allows anyone to plant a tree remotely in a sustainable forest and follow the story. So what we do is, as soon as we launch our Stake for the Planet initiative, you'll be able to help us grow this forest. The thing is, based on the amount of planets you will stake and the duration, you may become the custodian of one or several PlanetWatch trees. At that point, you will receive updates about your trees. You really look after your trees. And when all our trees have custodians, we just buy as PlanetWatch more trees and grow the forest and so on. We want to build a huge forest with your help. So in a way, we put the financial resources. We ask you to stake planets to show your commitment to the project and to the environment. And based on that, we grow the forest and we assign trees custodies to you guys. So that's the basic idea. And I think it's going to be both fun and useful. What else? Well, a lot. We have an ongoing challenge in supplying a sufficient number of devices to all the people who want to join our project. Now, there are a couple of new devices in the making. We are working to release, to begin with, 2 new Type 2 devices. So Type 2 means outdoor, reasonably priced device monitoring PM 2.5. So out of these two Type 2 devices, oh, that's difficult. One is being made by the Arquino team, as I anticipated. The other is being made, let's say, directly by PlanetWatch. I will tell you more about this in the coming weeks. The goal is to deliver the first batches of these new devices in the first quarter of next year, 2022. Okay, so new devices coming up. Over time, we'll also be introducing significant innovations in terms of data security, which is both important for the integrity of the network and important as a technological advance. And we are working on this as well. On a more practical level, we promise we'll soon introduce a system for people when you order a license to check in which quarter you are expected to be able to get a sensor. Now, the soon here means really soon, because this should be available by the end of this month, together with, as we promised, the new app, the onboarding of Kythera and Aware Element devices. So all in all, I believe that next year we'll be able to significantly cut sensor waiting times, both because we will onboard new sensors and because we are working to boost the production of some of our best-selling sensors, such as Arquino, for example. Okay, there is another important news which needs a reminder. As you heard, Bitmart deposits open tomorrow and trading opens on Friday. And again, the good thing is that Bitmart allows customers virtually from all countries in the world, so will help part of the community to access planets. Some people asked about Emirex. It was announced as a new platform where planets will be listed. Indeed, the current information available to me is end of October. I'm trying to get more detailed information from them. As of today, I can only confirm end of October. There was a question about new listings. Now, as of today, I cannot promise more listings before the end of 2021 on centralized exchanges. But you might have noticed, some of you at least, that there is now a significant Algo Planet trading pool on a DEX, on a decentralized exchange named Tinyman. So people who are familiar with DEXs might have found out and might be willing to use it. That's an additional way to obtain planets. Now, coming to some more specific questions. It's not very many questions this week, so I guess I'll be brief, but it's all good questions. So here we go. Well, the first one is a bit not annoying, but it's been asked several times, so I'm gonna try to be as clear as possible once again. The question is about how many sensors have been delivered to the big companies, how many you give to X, how many you give to Y, which companies, and what type of sensors and all that. Okay, as blunt and as clear as possible, I'm not going to disclose this. One reason being that some of these companies are potentially competing with each other. So it makes no sense to play around with this kind of information. From your point of view, I'm asking you to believe that we are managing the situation, we are managing our B2B partners in a fair way and in the interest of the PlanetWatch project and community. This is the only thing that is worth communicating. We are leveraging the interest into PlanetWatch from a number of players, including companies, to let the project grow organically, safely, and in a sensible way. So please do focus on what we are achieving. There are a number of indicators out there, I believe, which can tell you that we are doing the right things. Focus on this and refrain from conspiracy theories, right? Sorry to say that, but as I said several times, to some extent it's a matter of trust. As long as you believe that we are aligned with the stated goals, this is what really should matter in the end. Okay, let's move on. There are often these kind of detailed questions about can I do this and can I do that? Again, most of the answers have been given already in previous AMAs and in the white paper. The question today is, can I have one aware at home, one in the office, and bring an Atmotube Pro with me? Is it possible? The short answer is yes, because we said several times, devices from on the same type must be in different locations. You can have an Atmotube Pro together with another Type 4 device as long as this is occasional. So they should not stay in the same place most of the time. Most of the time, the Atmotube is meant to be a sensor that it's wearable, so it's moved. Okay, so it enables to sample air that you breathe in different locations. And please refer to previous answers about the details of this. Can we expect to see again sensors used for gardening? Now, I hadn't realized that our sensor can be used to garden in the sense of mowing the lawn, so that's not for sure. But I mean, if you mean deploying in a garden in a way which is both sensible and kind of aesthetically appealing, yes. One of the forthcoming Type 2 sensors is very suitable for gardens. I won't share a picture yet, but it's going to be nice and suitable. Question about additional Type 4 sensors being onboarded. Okay, we'll see. All in all, I believe I can tell you that there will be several new sensors in the game early next year. Okay, so we're really doing our best to accommodate both demand from Planet Watchers and coverage of territories in a sensible way. And in the same direction, I have another question which points out that last time I said that if you think about outdoor air quality monitoring, we believe that as soon as we achieve 50% coverage of cities in terms of tier 1 pixels in particular, I believe then we achieve a critical mass of data which is becomes interesting and relevant to potential buyers, in particular local government. So this person has done some calculation based on the area of major cities in the European Union and estimated the amount of cells, pixels, and the amount of sensors needed to cover it. And the question is very sensible. are we doing specific actions to achieve the critical mass in specific cities? How are we going to move about that? What's our strategy? Okay, good question. As I said, achieving a critical mass in a city is important because if you have good coverage, the data are really useful for mitigating pollution hotspots. We are thinking of, the thing is, there are lots of cities in the world, including in Europe, and lots of opportunities for PlanetWatch. And we cannot set specific strategies for all cities at the same time, if you see what I mean. So we are thinking about innovative strategies to speed up achieving this 50% coverage in cities, especially when we have expressions of interest from local government. So political answer is we are working on this. And but it's a great point. I mean, I stated that that's the point where things become really interesting. So we have to be effective, do something to go as fast as possible to that level in key cities to be defined based on market demand as well as people's demand. How is it going? What's the progress on radon water sensors? Okay, we are making progress. I think we can talk more about new types of monitoring once we deliver white paper 2.0. As I said, we are working on a new version of the white paper. Some specific points will be submitted to community approval by our governance systems. This will happen after the new app is delivered, just because we will propose to vote via the app, because that's the safest and most effective way. So it needs a bit more time, but I can tell you we are really working on other instances of environmental monitoring, which we believe can enrich the scope of PlanetWatch and are really relevant for the environment. The last question, I said it was short this time. Somebody's saying, I'm living in the desert. Do you really want my data? Well, I don't know if it's a serious question or a joke. I'm assuming it's serious. So we have a 2-tier pixel for outdoor air quality monitoring for a reason, because of course the priority is on densely populated area. But all in all, we believe it is relevant to take data anywhere. Some data are less mission critical, and that's why they're classified as tier 2. Some data are more urgent to gather in cities, and that's why we define tier 1. But you are welcome to send us your data, and according to the white paper, you will get rewarded. Okay, yeah, that sounds really short today. What else could I share with you guys? Well, I can share my optimism, meaning that we are really getting calls and emails every minute from parties which are interested in PlanetWatch. As you know, the most interesting opportunities, the biggest deals, if you want to think in business terms, take a bit more time to become real, but we have a large number of very interesting conversations at a global level from different kinds of stakeholders, both from governments to NGOs, as well as companies, of course, and other players. So things are really progressing well and fast. So please keep submitting your questions when you have any. Keep following us through our social channels. After my IMA, there will be a tweet about Freedom, disclosing a bit more details and letting you see this initial PlanetWatch forest. And I can tell you it's going to be fun to work all together to make it grow, because these are real trees which deliver real benefits to the environment. It's a small thing, but it's real. It's not a joke. It's very real. So I wish you a very good evening. Here it's going to be evening soon. Keep watching the planet and get ready to help us make it greener by staking your planets. Thank you and bye-bye.